This week on Chicago Beer Pass, Nick and I are drinking some Cruz Blanca as we talk about his trifecta of dry hop, Roebuck, and Corridor. I hit a Piece, Old Irving, and we get ready for day/night of the Living Ales this weekend. All that and more on this week's episode. Here we are, hitting up events, drinking our way through Chicago beer, and trying not to miss a thing.
Yeah, because, the cork popped out, it flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
All you have to do is add some fruit, stir it up, and ride that milkshake wave.
Whenever I see him, I gotta take a photo with the most decorated brewer in Chicago, Jonathan Cutler.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. Every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Sometimes you want a small beer, but really, you want a big beer.
You gotta take in all those big aromatic hops.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Waiting in line for a bottle release?
Should have never been a fad. The black IPA is delicious.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski,
Brad, what's up, man? I'm Nik White.
and we're ready to wrestle. We're wrestle, man.
What the hell are you talking? Oh, yeah, Senior Incognito. It's the fucking luchador, the wrestlers. All right, I'm like, what is Brad doing?
Yeah, man, we're getting down, going to the mat.
Dude, we often talk about being overwhelmed on this show, and I think, 5 o'clock start, weeknight, 5 p.m. start for us, Imperial Stout, whiskey barrels, rye whiskey barrels, toasted coconut pecans, and cinnamon. That's a familiar profile these days.
This is from Cruz Blanca. This is one of their beers that came out around Black Friday, Thanksgiving time. We keep meaning, we've done one on like our reviews on YouTube, and I got more here, so I'm like, I can't just, we pick up these 6-packs or 4-packs, we end up with some strays.
Yes.
So let's start diving into these bombers.
Dude, this little, first of all, it's an adorable, what is this, 500 milliliters? Mm-hmm. It's got the little bunt in the bottom so you can present it properly, waterproof label. Hey, this beer is great. There's definitely cinnamon in here. Cinnamon is the last ingredient. It's like the first thing I taste, though.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's coconut after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nice, man.
These are so awesome. These are the beers when you go to Cruz Blanca, you just want to make sure you get or walk away with one because I don't know, they're so good.
Very pleasant. I'm very excited to be drinking this.
Mm-hmm. And after what they did at Uppers and Downers the other week, it's just like those guys. Jacob over there is not messing around.
Whatever the list of underrated breweries is, local breweries, they are near the top or are at the top.
Rick Bayless is like, here's all the money. Make cool stuff.
Take it and go. be the best you.
So we're going to sip on this. We also have, some backup cans of the Hazed from Brickstone. Right. I saw Josh Riley post a photo. There's another Hazed version out, and so
they're all in on the Hazed.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. They make good beer, so make some Hazed.
So we got that. If we need to step away from the cinnamon. Cool. Let's dive into this past week.
How was your week, Brad?
Yeah, it was pretty good. And we're gonna cover events on this one. We didn't last time.
Oh,
we forgot.
Damn.
So we're gonna do it all. We're gonna do normal. What we drank.
We need a producer,
where we're gonna drink.
Like a third person, and whatever title. Yeah.
Slips us a note
keeps
or
us
in
on.
the ear, like, oh, the producer is saying, stop rambling, get to the show. So this past week, I made a trip over to Old Irving. I have a lot of people from the suburbs that like that spot because it's also right off the expressway. So
this is true.
It's so easy for them to come into town and we grab a beer, and then both of us are on our way. So,
that's all the reason you need.
Yeah. I had, which it's the wrong season for, but they had a strawberry version of Della.
So Della's the Kolsch?
Yeah.
Man, I love that Della, man.
Yeah. So
that was great.
Strawberry Della is everything you want, but it's missing the 90-degree weather.
Yeah. So, giving you those shandy vibes.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a little taste of it because I was already 2 beers in. I think college basketball was on, and I was like, I just need a little taste of this.
Yeah. It's weird, man. I don't know. I'm not going to say weird, but Trevor, who, we interviewed there at Old Irving, he was, I think he was a home brewer, and they had like a brewing kit at his restaurant, but he was a chef.
Okay.
Right, and he did do an internship over at Brewdog, I think, over in wherever they are, and and some other. He's brewed on other systems before, but I wouldn't say he had like this vast brewing experience before he got this gig. But it seems like the guy just has good taste, right? 'Cause a lot of stuff he makes is like, he's always dialed in on good stuff, which is kind of cool,
Well, that's even Gary Gully, Alarmist, like guy over there. This is his first brewery too. Like, and he's made there. So people come in.
That's true. Like just,
limited experience, and they're winning gold.
it's just you know how to make things that taste good. Yeah.
So that was one of my stops this week. I also I forget the other beers I had, but they were good. And then I also hit up Piece, which Piece is always a good spot. You even went there too.
I was there a little bit. I think I had the dark and curvy.
Okay.
Might have had a pizza.
I went. They had 2 extra pale ales on. One.
Because one's not enough, Brad.
Yeah. They had the Astronaut House.
Astronaut House.
Which is their beer.
Okay.
And then they had Cold and Wet, which is their extra pale collaboration with Half Acre. So is that just tuna, right? Isn't tuna
they had
an extra pale?
The return of tuna. Yeah,
Right.
tuna is an extra pale.
Right. So cold and wet. So
Cold and wet.
If you're already missing tuna, there you go.
I remember we talked to Jonathan Cutler, and we asked him about a double pale versus like an IPA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he gave us an answer, but my lines were still blurred between what's an extra pale and
An IPA or a double I or
what's an extra pale, like these. All right, if it's an extra pale, it could just be an IPA.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
It could be. I think what's funny you would say that. I think Shalonda, after Beer Chick, mentioned on Twitter this past week, like, what is this beer or she said something, and I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's kind of the realm we're in right now.
It's a play on words.
You could call it your stout dark IPA, and people would be like, well, all right,
here we go.
I'll take it.
Here we go. Bring on the dark IPA. I think who was it? I think the Lake Effect boys. They had a Hefeweizen, and they changed it to white IPA.
Yeah.
And their sales increased after that. I think it's just there's differences, but there aren't vast differences. So a lot of the stuff's interchangeable. These words are. These brewers are just having fun with words at this point.
The only people that care are the people that care. Everyone else is like, I just kind of want something that's good, and I'm going to get drunk.
Evening Kolsch is another one.
Yeah.
It's just a play on words.
Right, you guys tricked me.
It reminds me of I was looking for a condo, and they told me come visit this place on Sunday morning. It's in West Wicker Park.
Oh yeah, and you're like, this shit is Humble Park.
I'm like, nah, bro. We're like on fucking Kedzie. This is no good sir. This is Humble Park. This is not West Wicker
So
Park.
that's what brewers are trying to trick us here now.
Yeah. So it's fun though.
They're barrel-aged IPA lagers. I don't know, like whatever's gonna sell the beer, right? That
Exactly.
If it gets people in the door by calling it something else, they're gonna call it something else at this point.
So Piece, for those keeping score at home, has Moose Knuckle, Egyptian Pale. What's the Egyptian Pale Ale?
Camel toe.
Camel Toe, and Cold and Wet.
Yeah.
Right on.
As just as names.
I mean, they just got fun names.
They got a lot of
they got
fun
fun
names.
names.
Slightly many of sexual innuendos, right? But it was good. I checked into Cold and Wet on Untappd, and the last time I had that was in 2013. Because I had it, and I was like, I think I had this before.
Yeah, I mean, the names does sound familiar.
And then Bill, the manager there, he said, "Oh, what are you drinking, marketing ploy?" And I was like, "Well, no, it's not marketing ploy. You got to know your own beers, man." But that is a collaboration they did with Three Floyds, which is also, I think, it might be a dry hop pale or something.
It's like an international pale.
Yeah.
Ale. I think it's like an international pale ale.
Okay.
No. All right. No, we're gonna find out now.
So that beer is fantastic. So I could
killer
see
artwork on
I
that,
could
too.
see him making they do those collaborations, or maybe marketing ploy is in the tanks again, because if Cold and Wet hasn't been around in a while. Maybe Marketing Ploy is going to make a comeback. That beer is great.
Yeah, and it's one of those times where you're talking about Cold and Wet, where Half Acre doesn't really do a lot of local collabs, and I think we were at an event where they were saying they try to stay away from it, but you get Three Floyds involved, or you get Piece involved, and all bets are off.
Yeah,
they'll do
these
a
are like
collab.
staples, and especially Piece, flies under the radar a little bit. And if you can get those beer nerds in who maybe skip over it to come in for that collaboration or one of their one-offs, yeah, because Cutler's at everything. You see that guy all around.
That's true.
So yeah, it was a good time. I ended up, I got a sausage marinara pizza. I don't know what you ended up.
I think I got a honey butter fried chicken.
Oh, okay. That's why. That's on the menu all the time, though,
It's
right?
all the time now.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 versions.
Okay. Nice. Those were my couple stops. Just like those are almost like the 2 places I go to the most now. Piece and Old Irving.
I think Brad's making the rounds, man. These are his haunts right here.
Yeah. Then summer comes, maybe I'll be out on tour. You'll see me at Alarmist. That's my range.
That's right on, man.
Cool. How about you? You hit up anything else?
What did I do? Cheers to the Mikerphone crew. I made a stop out there a little bit.
Nice. This is again.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it last week. You went before Short Fuse.
Correct. Kind of like a pregame because we didn't know what to expect at Short Fuse. It was a good thing we went to. Yeah. And then, but I went back just to go hang out. Because they had just announced the Beans. I want to call it Bean Spirit Fest.
Smells like
It
Bean
smells like a beer fest.
Oh, smells like a beer
But they have a beer called Smells Like Bean Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went out there. I just like chilling it. I just love the space.
Okay.
I like the space a lot.
I haven't seen the expanded space. So.
Yeah. It's very understated. It's very chill. It's fun. It's just a fun, relaxed vibe.
Okay.
Yeah. But then where did I go? I forget what I had at Mikerphone.
That list for Smells Like a Beer Fest is what?
I think it's the closest we've gotten to the Half Acre Far and Away
Okay.
Fest, right, locally. I mean, Fobab is its own beast, right, But outside of Fobab, I mean, this is probably there's no probability in it. This is the lineup of the year, right? When you look at it, I mean, these are from coast to coast.
You're saying this
What is
this? Start at the beginning of the year. Start of the decade. The lineup of the
the
decade.
lineup of the decade.
What?
I mean, it's 85 brewers. It's a ridiculous play. I'm kind of curious to know how it works because, they said part of the issue with Far and Away was like, hey, we're investing a lot of resources into this really cool moment, but we have a schedule of 12 months of beers to address here, and this is really just way too much of a one-off thing for us to apply these resources to because we're such a small crew.
Right.
So they took off a year doing it. So I wonder how those concerns
play into microphones.
Yeah, because this is a gigantic party.
Right, but microphone's still growing. Where not the Half Acre's not growing. That a lot more people know Half Acre versus Mikerphone.
Yes.
So
they just got different objectives. They probably got bigger loans, that kind of thing, right? Because it's a massive. They got 2 locations.
Yeah.
They're in multiple states now. Yeah, like they're not who they were. They're one of the bigger breweries in the whole state.
Yeah, they gotta make beer. They can't be like.
They can't be fucking around.
Can't be having too much fun. Like I got the big north like that. So.
Yeah, man, you got more people weighing in on your decisions, right? The bigger you get, just like with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, pretty soon we won't be messing around with these small breweries. See there. 5 years later, we finally. Oh yeah.
They've had their moment. We got to move on. We got to. Only breweries within a mile and a half of the Sears Tower.
That's it. Sorry.
That's it. Hey, so Haymarket's
you got to fly us out. Helicopter. Like bring the chopper.
Listen. Haymarket, you're in. Okay. Open outcry, you're out. That's the bottom line. Okay. I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about Mikerphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that place. So. Oh yeah, I think I left with a couple hazies, and I tried a few stouts.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds good. And then
I have names. Not does it matter. That doesn't matter. Oh, Vanilla Noise. That's a collab they did with More. That's a
Right.
vanilla rye stout. Switch to Flow, which is one of their hazy IPAs. And my favorite beer was like Framboise got run over by a reindeer.
right.
It's a it's a Framboise, but they added vanilla
okay.
to it, which was nice.
Nice for the holidays. It's weird. It seems like a holiday beer.
No, but it was like vanilla and I want to say cherry.
Okay, but
it
that was like a holiday name.
Yeah, I think it was a Berliner.
Okay.
It was a Berliner. It worked. It totally works. Yeah.
Man,
Cheers to those guys.
I need to. It makes me. I need to like get out of my extra pale ale and hazy drinking and Berliner Weiss and like some other stuff. Man, I feel like I haven't had any of that kind of thing in a while.
Yeah, I do like how half acre. I do like how Mikerphone's kind of known for like, hey, we do we do adjuncts like nobody's business. We will do adjuncts 8 days a week.
Yeah.
But then there's always, there's always a Berliner or a lager or a Pils or a lighter style on. It's not just IPAs and stouts.
Yeah, but even if I saw a Berliner Weiss and like a Pilsner, I'd get the Pilsner. Like, so I feel like I need to make a strong effort to like try some of these styles I like haven't had in a while. Otherwise, I'm gonna be drinking these white IPAs and evening Kolsch's all the time.
The artist formerly known as Hefeweizen. He's like 2020. He's white IPA.
Nice. And then what was it? Last night you made the epic crawl here.
It was Monday night. I was kind of concerned about what to talk about, so I'm like, I'm gonna go to Dry Hop, and I'm like, I never go to Dry Hop. What if I don't like it? That's like my new thing, right? That's like my new thing. I'm gonna go here. What if I don't like it? What's my plan B? So then I'm like, oh shit, because they just released a beer from Crushed by Giants. It was a collab with Hot Butcher.
Okay.
Yeah, it was called like Live from Chicago or something. I didn't have that, but they were on my mind because I'm like, this is the 4th different project from the Dry Hop crew. So I'm like, well, shit, why don't I just go to all the Dry Hop locations? So that's not terribly hard to do. I think Corridor is like a mile and a half away.
Oh, that's it?
And then Roebuck, which is the second location, is like next door to Dry Hop.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, just touch them all. Fuck it. Monday. You do Monday right. It's like you get it's like a repeat of Sunday. If you do it right. So it was fun, man. I hit all 3.
Nice. So favorite?
Dude, nothing. Honestly, man, that Roebuck.
I still haven't gone.
That Roebuck. Nothing touches Corridor. Corridor is the best spot in the lineup so far. But it was cool to just see like the evolution of what they're doing. So like Dry Hop is when it came out, Dry Hop was great. It's kind of I wanted to say revolutionary, but that's a big word, right? But they had like this really unique approach to having their serving tanks be part of the design by having them by the bar and then having them stackable. So you got like this functional art behind the bar. And it looks really cool. Little fat, stubby, bright tanks to sit behind the bar. It looks great, right? So I love that place when it first opened. It was my least favorite in the lineup, though, of the 3, right?
Yeah.
But because when you go next door to Roebuck, it's just a totally different vibe. The staff is way cooler, Mustaches are a little longer,
Okay.
The denim jackets are a little tighter, They're playing, fucking like George Harrison records on vinyl, and then they're making these pizzas. It's very, very close. I'm not saying it's as good as Piece. It's dangerously, it's close.
Whoa,
the one I had was
okay.
close. They had a what was it? It was a Chicago. It's Women's Beer Month. No, not Women's Beer Month, but it's International Women's
Month.
Yes. So they had a pie dedicated to women on. So, Women of Food. It was a March special. So $1 goes to Women Unite. Oh, but it was a Chicago, like SHE, like a play on she.
Okay.
It was basically like an Italian beef pizza.
Okay.
Right, which aren't there.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
it was well done though.
Cool.
They have, even though it's next door to Dry Hop, they have a completely different tap list at Roebuck. So all the beers start at dry hop, but Roebuck's beers have their own finishing tanks at Roebuck.
Okay.
So they do finish the product next door.
Neat.
Right.
Okay. I need to go and check it out.
Yeah, and the cocktails are really fun too. That's what I like about Roebuck over dry hop, is that the scene is just a lot more.
You're down with the mustache scene.
Yeah, I mean it was just
Okay.
the lighting's different, the art's different. They have this really cool elevated wooden bar that has all their liquors above the bar.
Okay.
Like it's different. It's
Neat.
cool.
All right. And dry hop, anything good? Some haze?
I didn't really like dry hop.
Oh, not dry hop. Corridor.
Corridor had the best beer of the three.
Right.
Cheers to that hoppy lager that I had at fucking Roebuck. So I went to Roebuck and had the hoppy lager. Then I just went straight cocktails.
Just a hoppy lager. See, look at these names.
Hoppy. It
Is it like?
was a hoppy lager. What was the name of the hoppy lager?
Like what?
It wasn't
What
just
is that? Like what is that?
You know, it's an overhopped lager, Brad. You know.
All right.
Loud and heady.
Okay.
Yeah, loud and heady. So. that was
Lager,
good.
hoppy lager.
So they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 4 beers at Roebuck, even though it's a pizza joint. They have 4 house beers and a slew of cocktails.
Okay.
Then you get the Corridor, and Corridor, man, it's weird how these concepts there's no aside from the tanks, those cool tanks. There's no running theme between these three. They're all different concepts, like totally different.
Right.
Corridor is all about Corridor Brewery Provisions is all about embracing the cyclist kind of theme. So there's vintage artwork around that, and then even the wallpaper, and they're just really bike friendly. The logo,
Right. Yeah.
yeah. What did I get from there? Shalonda hated the stout from there,
Okay.
which was ironic because the Stout Fest trophy from Goose Island is at Corridor.
There, and they boom. Okay.
won.
Was it not? What was wrong with it? What did she?
The description said, "Hey, it's a chocolate. It's a cookies. It's like a cookies and milk stout, I believe it was. What it
Okay,
said.
so it's probably kind of light, like a lactose milk stout. It's like
Yeah.
a milk stout.
Yeah, it's milk stout. It was 5%. They kind of advertise it as hey, it's got 30 pounds of Oreos in it, right? It kind of came off to be double dunk, a cookies and milk stout.
It should have been more pastry, but it was a milk stout.
Correct.
So it was too light for
Cacao-
her.
Yeah, cacao nibs, vanilla, milk sugar, 30 pounds of Oreo cookies.
Right. Well, she likes her stouts bold stouts.
When you look at the town we're in, fucking Maplewood's got double stuffed, right?
That's sugar.
That's a
That's a milkshake.
it's a stout.
That's a warm milkshake. A melted milkshake.
It's a melted milkshake with booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what she wants from her stouts.
That's what. Yes.
She wants.
And I think the
Boozy
biker,
milkshakes.
I think the bicycle crowd, their interpretation of a stout.
You want light stouts so you can
Lighter,
bike.
so you can bike.
Yeah.
Guinness is a 4.5% stout.
Yeah.
This is the other end of the stout spectrum. It does have some of those flavors, but they're very subtle, if noticeable at all. Very nuanced.
So it's too close to that porter range that she.
Yeah. So because it gets a little blurry, right? Yeah. But I tell you, these goddamn hazies, man. Now last time, they're doing Squeeze It Friday. Squeeze It's really good.
Okay.
It's, 4-pack cans,
Yeah.
$20. It's legit. I had something called Guest Patrol, so DDH, and then they had another one called House of Hazies, right? And they switch out the hops. That's fine.
Yeah.
They're fucking delicious, these beers. It's weird, and I want to talk to somebody about this. Every time I go to the bathroom at fucking Corridor, there's stacks of fucking orange juice in the hallway. Last time I went, it was just nameless jugs of I don't know, 64 ounces of OJ, a whole pallet of them, from Costco or something.
Oh, maybe they do mimosa.
Yeah, probably guess.
But you're wondering, is that in the beer?
I mean,
How much orange juice is going in this beer?
and then
You got squeeze it.
So one time I went, I noticed the jugs lined up. I'm like, whatever. Yeah, like you said, they're probably doing some cool cocktail with them because it's a full service bar. It's not just a brewery; it's a bar.
Yeah.
And then this time I go, and it's dull. The cans are dull, fucking juice, right? I don't know if it's orange or pineapple or what. But I'm like, every time I go to the pisser in this place, there's a stack of fucking juice along. It drives me nuts. I'd like to know more. Yeah, but I didn't.
What are you doing with the juice?
What's going on in this juice?
Wheezing the juice.
Beers are good though, man. So I like that place.
Nice.
And then they'll balance you out because they had a saison that I really like.
Yeah.
Midwinter, and then they even had a cream ale.
Oh.
So I would say that Roebuck was my favorite stop, but
Okay.
the best lineup for beverages is probably Corridor.
Okay.
It gets me excited about what they're gonna do with Crushed by Giants, man. Whew.
And
Now,
that's the one going above the theater, right?
yes. So that's just like a block off Michigan Ave, you know.
Which was spring? It's supposed to be so soon.
Yeah. So
They
we'll
always
see.
have like a preview media event, so maybe we'll be there.
That's true.
Hopefully, I don't know.
Yeah. They're doing good stuff. Like even though like Dry Hop was my least favorite of the stops, you can see all the cool things about Dry Hop, how they build on that for the next thing.
Okay. Did you eat at the mall? Or you
I-
only ate at Roebuck?
I ate at Roebuck.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Because although it was burger night too, and they got a killer burger. Their
At
burgers
Dry Hop, and then the burger at Corridor is really good
and
too.
burgers at Corridor is good
And that
too.
salad at Corridor. That's where it's at.
Man, you know, Brad.
It's a chopped salad. It's the best chopped salad in the city.
You know, Brad, man. This ain't the first time he's brought up this. I'm a Brad Chmielewski. I like chopped salad at Corridor. I like a nice piece of fish. I like.
No, man, just that chopped salad. I don't. Yeah, go with someone that wants to split the burger and the chopped salad. Like, let's do those too.
Yes, I think if
That's the roll through.
if it kept rolling, if the night kept going, I think that's what would have happened. Because I was kind of eyeing the cauliflower and cheese curds.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fried cauliflower is better at Eris,
Yeah.
though.
Okay. They do good. They just vegan. Period. I think I had some barbecue sliders there.
At
That were-
Eris,
Yeah,
or-
mushroom. It's the portobello mushroom sliders. Fantastic.
Vegetarian edition of Beer Pass.
Fantastic. These fucking sliders at Harris were great. 5 stars.
Nice. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, not a bad week.
I tried to get out of that. I tried to, man. I
I
tried to get in and out. I don't know.
put down NBA 2K and got out there.
Man, it's fun to go to all 3 of them.
Yeah, no,
That's fun because they're not very far.
cool.
Roebuck's next door. So
Okay. Awesome. So that was the week. So what do we got coming up this weekend? Any fun events people should be checking out, hitting up, getting tickets for?
events, that whole, it's a celebration of women this weekend, Brad. All over the place, man. That beer at Revolution is back.
Spirit
The
Revolution?
Spirit of Revolt.
Revolt.
Yeah. I think that's a double IPA with oats.
Okay.
Yeah. That's going to be Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saturday at Bottom Lounge is day and night of the Living Ales. So that is basically a Firkin Fest. Not Firkin Fest, that's at headquarters. But these are gravity poured beers. Usually you have a lot of people doing some fun stuff.
Real ales.
Real
the
ales.
old timers
that's-
will call them.
And these are, it's just a fun, weird fest. Like people bring out like jalapeno dynamo or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. I haven't gone in a few years, so I'm wondering, do you still have those kind of things? Like cayenne pepper, this, like
Yeah.
just something thrown in the firkin mixed with our beers, or are people doing other things? Is there like a hazy with something like?
That's part of the fun, right? Like,
Yeah.
load this firkin up with something cool.
Yeah, because I
Instead
bet
of just having the firkin version of your beer that we can get all year.
I feel like coffee is a popular ingredient or adjunct now, so maybe there'll be some like good coffee firkin things happening.
Throw some toasted coconut, pecans, and cinnamon.
Yeah.
And, and a wrestler mask on your
There
firkin,
you go.
you
Yeah.
know?
So I'm excited to see the kind of what this has become, and to see like who's the crowd going to this. Because I've gone to one at Bottom Lounge. I haven't gone in like maybe 3 years.
Man, what's the last time I went to? Last time I went to that party, it was a Goose Wrigley.
And yeah, back in the day, it was more of it's a Chicago Beer Society event, so it's kind of this old men group of beer.
Yeah, T-shirt tucked into the jeans.
Right.
With the belt.
Yeah, and a stain on the front because you spilt some of whatever you were drinking.
You
on
might
it.
even see the little, the little lanyard with the little cup. with the little the
Yeah.
little taster cup attached to the.
Right, and this used to be one of the smelliest fests because it was farts galore.
You're gonna see some those Indiana Jones hats. You
Yep.
know, the kind, what do you call it, like the fisherman hats?
Yeah.
It's got this. You're gonna see some of those.
So I'm wondering, is it still that?
We're talking about them, and that's gonna be us in fucking.
Yeah.
10 years.
So like, oh, those bearded guys with the beanies on. And like, all right, yeah. Drinking their hazy IPAs. But yeah, I'm excited to see, like, is there a new group of people that are, like, excited about real ales or, like, want to do that? Like, because that's not something that many places have. Like, Owen and Engine has a few of them. Alarmist, they do some sometimes.
Yes, they
but
do.
you don't go everywhere. Like, it like, blew up for, like, a minute, and then, like, it fell away. Like, I don't think people just didn't want it.
You know, I went to Owen and Engine the last time I went to the Maple Room because they're like, 2 blocks apart. I went to Owen and Engine and there was nothing on cask.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that was their thing.
You know what I mean? It's literally called Owen and Engine. The cask is the engine. I'm like,
I think Piece even has
yeah.
one.
But it's yeah. I mean, the whole point, I guess, is like, hey, the temperature's a little higher and the carbonation is like more of a natural
Right.
carbonation. So the point is like, hey, you get all these subtle flavors that you wouldn't
But
from a regular CO2 pour.
if no one's buying it, it goes quicker. Like, because
Yeah.
it's not sealed, or it is sealed, but the air, you're pumping the air into it to get it out. But they just don't last as long, right? So yeah, if
That'd be a good party to go to.
So
Yeah.
I'll be there. Night of Living Ales. I like night better
no
than day.
No day. They didn't let anything else for you.
No, I don't like the day. I like the night.
Yeah.
Stuff comes out at night,
That's a good one, Chicago Beer Society. So that's gonna be a big focus on like local cask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a fun time at Bottom Lounge. You've seen it at Bottom Lounge before?
One time. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be cool.
Last time I was at Bottom Lounge, you basically just poured yourself because
Oh, the cask?
yeah,
Huh.
because nobody cared. Like, no, they didn't want to have volunteers pouring, and I don't think there was enough people to like anyone to give a shit kind of thing.
That'd be cool too.
Like, it's sort of like, whatever, man, we gotta get rid of these casks. Like, just drink this
Dude,
stuff.
I'm not carrying this stuff back.
Yeah.
Gotta kill these
I
casks.
think that's kind of the thought process now, especially at Bottom Line. It's just like, get this shit out of here. When it was at Goose Wrigley, it's like, yeah, put it in the back. Like,
That's true.
no one's going there.
It's a brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, we'll have people come and get it. So this time, get this shit out of here. So
Now.
that'd be good. I'll be there. Look for me. Nick will be, where are you going to be at? You can hit up anything?
Whiskey Hill. Apparently, we're diving into the news a little bit. Whiskey Hill has a new brewer, and his name is Eric Flores. So Eric Flores is the guy behind the latest version of Goose Island Bourbon County Stout, the Prop.
Oh, okay.
He came up with Prop. So he's already talking about like, how the way he would do things is totally different from the way things were happening at Whiskey Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've often discussed Whiskey Hill as it's in Westmont. First of all,
Yeah.
I'd like to know more about the name.
You gonna go?
I'm gonna go.
Go to Scallywag, too.
Is Scallywag? I think Scallywag closed.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? That
yeah.
spot was kind of nice.
Yeah, I saw that this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, really?
So it's like, Scallywag closed, and this place, not Missing Legends, Whiskey Hill, they've got the brewer from Goose Island.
That's
Yeah.
too bad. I thought Scallywag was a better option. Just one, the location, and really the location was just a little better. So I'm surprised. I wonder if that was just too expensive for them to be there or something.
Yeah.
There was equipment. What's happening?
Checking my notes here.
Scallywag closed. No one. Was anyone talking about this? I was probably the only person that went there that would have talked about it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Not yet. No.
But Whiskey Hills.
Better job organizing my notes. Yeah, so it was Urban Legend. Then it became Missing Legends. Then it became Whiskey Hill, which refers to something in Westmont, I think. And they opened a satellite location not an office, in Rogers Park.
Okay.
No whiskey, no hills at the Satellite Brewery.
But yeah, and that closed.
And that closed, and now it's a pizza joint.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're I like to see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's gonna have some of his beers on and some guest drafts. So
Nice. Well, if you go out that way, you're not really that far from the Ike place, Oak and Ike.
Oak and Ike, that's a tap room, right? Like a bar?
Brew pub. It's it's super great place, great beer. Where did the guy used to work? Two Brothers.
Okay.
That place is great. It's not too far from Whiskey Hill, and it's on that side of 88.
Because now that's my thing, man. Like, all right, I'm going to this thing. That's cool. What else can I go to around the thing?
Oak and Ike. If I wasn't going to Day of Living or Night of Living Ales, I'd probably go out there because I need to see my mom. I haven't seen her since Christmas, so I should probably see what's up.
What are you doing, Brad? Christmas was fucking December. It's March.
Yeah, she was out of town. She winters. They winter in Alabama, so they're back.
There you go.
And it's like, all right, I guess I should see you.
She's doing it right, man.
You're alive, but let's see what's up.
She's doing it right, man.
Make sure you still look like my mom. I don't know.
I can't wait to get to a point where I'm like, I'm somewhere warm doing this January, February thing. Yeah, I'm in New Orleans.
But you could just move totally too.
Nah, that's not fine. I kind of know this town. B, I kind of like this town.
I just want to be here all the time.
So, oh yeah, Whiskey Hill's opening.
All right. Or they're open. They just have a new thing.
Whiskey Hill is launching new beers from their new brewer,
Okay.
Eric Flores, with some special guests on draft.
That should be cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I did a video pod there like 5 years ago, and the guy couldn't. This was before they became Whiskey Hill, so they were missing legends, and the guy couldn't wait to tell us how much he hated the ownership.
Okay.
And I'm just like, this is kind of awkward. We're in the place that you're complaining about. And like, I don't know. That's not something I don't know. Okay. We just met. Like, I don't want to hear about how much you hate your boss. Right? Like, yeah, tell me that after, like, we hung out.
A few drinks.
You know what I mean?
Like after we recorded, be like, man, this place.
Like, hey, I hung out with you at your place, and then we're at Beer in the Glass, and now you're telling me how, yeah, these people I work with suck. This is the first thing you're telling me. I'm like, this is just weird. Like, I'm leery about it.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
Cool.
Senior incognito, getting it done.
Yeah.
Getting it done.
Nice. All right. Some good events. Yeah, if you're out that way, hit up Whiskey Hill. Check that out.
Yeah, man. Let's slide into news. Darkness Day. Darkness Day is on a hiatus.
Whew.
We
should maybe open up a darkness in honor.
I like Shirley Darkness. I actually like Darkness maybe a little bit more than Dark Lord. Maybe not the party, but the beer.
The beer is a better beer. Dark Lord's party is. I haven't been to the latest. What Darkness has become.
The guys, when they go, they talk about the camping aspect.
Yeah.
And they really enjoy that part. So
Dark Lord is basically a music beer fest.
Correct.
Like, there's no camping.
There's no camping. So this party moved to Somerset, Wisconsin, right? And I think part of it was, they had guest drafts. And I think part of it was like the stuff they did in Somerset, they couldn't necessarily do in Wisconsin or Minnesota because of the rules, because of like these antiquated craft beer laws.
Yeah.
Right. So I think if you sell more than 20,000 barrels, you can't sell growlers, that sort of thing. So they're working out some laws in Minnesota, and they want to have the party in Minnesota. They didn't want to move it.
Yeah.
And I think they feel some kind of way about it being out of state when they're like the biggest brewer.
This is stupid.
Yeah. So this
doesn't help us.
Let's figure this out.
We want Minnesota people to enjoy this.
Yeah.
Why are we out of state?
I thought that was weird, just aside from, big. There's like a park in Somerset, some more space, but that's cool. But you're leaving the state.
Yeah.
When you think Surly, you think soda.
Yeah.
The whole scene that sounded all weird, but
they gotta get that shit figured out, man. Like, that's not good.
They must be committed to it because they're canceling. That's their biggest party of the year. It's one of the biggest parties on the annual parties in the Midwest, really.
Yeah.
So, and one of the longest running too. And I think that's the part that kind of sucks, right?
Yeah, it's maybe 4 or 5 years younger than Dark Lord Day. So, yeah.
We talked about Mikerphone Smells Like a Beer Fest. Those tickets came and went in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
We'll be there. This is May 2nd at
Oh, nice. Okay.
what you call it? It's not at the brewery this year. So last year was at the brewery, 750
I will
people.
never get to this brewery again.
Now it's at the place in Elk Grove Village where they like have concerts and shit.
Ballroom?
Like it's now
Like
it's
a
at the,
wedding hall?
Now it's at the Grand Ballroom, right next down by the La Quinta.
Linda and Ryan are getting married.
As soon as that clears out, fucking smells like a beer fest. Yeah, at the Rotary Green, which sounds like some kind of park near the Rotary, whatever that is.
Some Rotary Club.
Yeah, so 2,000 people instead of the 750 last year.
2,000 people.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's like, those are House of Blues numbers right there.
That's a lot of people.
This is gonna be a party.
How are we
man.
getting out there?
No fucking clue. Well, I would assume that's a Saturday. We'll figure it out.
Are they the chopper?
Fly
Fly us out?
I'm gonna take the beer pass chopper from from Bangers and Lace nonstop to fucking Smells Like a Beer Fest. Oh man. What else is in the news? Oh, so 5 people were killed at Molson Coors up in Milwaukee today.
Oh, horrible segue.
This is a horrible segue. Yeah, that sucks, man. Yeah, there's a tragedy up in this was Miller Coors, but now it's Molson Coors.
All right. Miller Lite was going to offer free beer on Leap Day, but they decided not to because of that tragedy.
Yeah, shit is nuts up there, man. A lot. So it sounds like the guy was. There was a guy who was an electrician. He was there for 20 years. He was terminated. It sounds like earlier that day, and then he came back with a silencer on his gun and murdered 5 people.
Damn.
So there's a lot. There's a lot going on there, but.
So he was fired for a reason. Like, they were like, this guy is not good.
So he worked there for 20 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So some employees are speaking out, and this is weird because like the national story is like, it's kind of like, hey, this is the biggest tragedy in Wisconsin. New York Post picked up on the story, and they're all just kind of focusing on the same perspective. Like, hey, this guy was an electrician, and he had some he's been arrested before, and like I think he he watched movies on his phone at work. This is the exact same story in like 5 papers.
Okay.
He watched movies on his phone at work. Some tools came up missing, and he shot a bunch of people at his job.
Okay.
Right. That's a running story. There's a smaller blog called the Hispanic News Blog that just kind of followed people that this guy followed on Facebook, right? So they're digging through like some Facebook posts, and then they went and asked Miller Coors about this potentially being like this guy complained to management about racist acts against him before he got fired.
Okay, next on some alt media stuff here, finding the deep dive.
And then apparently this is possible that this had something to do with his behavior. Now,
was he Hispanic? Was he?
This guy was black. This guy was.
Oh, okay.
Anthony,
I didn't know.
No. Anthony.
I assumed
Farrell.
it was a white guy that killed a bunch of people.
No,
like
I think it was a black dude. His name was Anthony Farrell. He was 51. He was an electrician for 20 years at Miller Coors. Yeah, so it sounds like people are coming out saying that this guy was suffering from racial discrimination from white coworkers. Like, and this is pretty heavy stuff, man. Like he would go to his desk and there'd be like a hangman with a noose like in his locker.
What?
Yeah, man. And
This
then,
sounds like the New York Post would like love this. This is like their thing.
Man, and then like they would paste like spade cards in his locker, and the place became unbearable for him. Now, he left during a civil suit that he had against him. He filed a civil suit against Miller Coors, and he took some time off, and then he came back like 4 years.
What was the civil suit for?
The civil suit was about some racist behavior at Miller Coors.
Okay.
He kind of filed a suit against him. So he left and he came back. And then I guess he complained about these things. And then not too long after that, this incident happened.
That's great. Has anyone else it's a big company. There's other black people that work there. Like, he's not like the lone man in this.
Yeah,
Like,
it sounds like
not like trying to discredit him or anything. I'm just like, this is nuts. I didn't know.
I didn't know this.
I
Either.
didn't know the race of the person that shot people. I knew it happened. So,
Yeah.
damn. Okay.
Yeah. So it sounds like that may have had something to do with the tragedy that happened in Milwaukee.
Okay.
Is that this guy kind of took
It
matters?
just triggered him.
It triggered him. It took matters in his own hands because he felt like he was being racially discriminated against and harassed by his coworkers, and he felt like nothing was being done.
This is why you fire people Friday at the end of the day. So no one's there.
Yeah, there were 5 victims.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, this sucks, man. Not to end on a bummer, but
That's
yeah,
crazy. I wonder. Yeah. I haven't heard too much on either side. Just like when it happened,
Yeah.
I was like, well.
I'll read this one excerpt from this story. According to AP News, a lawsuit was filed in 1994 where 3 former employees of Miller Coors at a plant in Fulton, New York, different location, alleged in the lawsuit that employees were subjected to racist name-calling and harassment. The lawsuit filed with the U.S. District Court in New York seeks a class action lawsuit which would give attorneys a right to speak to as many 500 people who've worked at the plant. So,
Okay.
yeah. That sucks, man.
So, no. Yeah. The killing sucks. If whatever racial things are happening at Miller or Molson's, like, that sucks too. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like I wonder if there's something that'll come out that speaks to perhaps some of the motivations. Not saying that any of his motivations were warranted for killing people. Like, let's be clear, killing 5 people with a silencer on your gun is fucked up, and you took it too far. You shouldn't roll up to your ex job and start killing people. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious to know about the environment that led to that. That's
Right.
That's all I was trying to say.
No.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whew. That's it for news.
All right. That's good. We're gonna end it
We're
there.
getting out of here. Turn this shit off. We're getting out of here.
So if people are looking for you at Whiskey Hill, how can they get in touch?
Right on, man. I'm on Twitter at Nicosio.
And I'm on Twitter at BRad. Hit me up if you're going to Night of the Living Ales. Chicago Beer Pass will be posting lots of story photos from there. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. New episodes every week. Beer reviews going up all the time on YouTube. So check that out. And we'll be back next week with another episode. Take care.
Cheers.